Today I'm gonna make it a little bit harder for myself though. Instead of doing, you know, two-handed swing, I'm gonna do one-handed swings. So yeah, wish me luck on that. Let's get it. And I'm gonna be listening to some more Hassan Piker make fun of the right wingers' war on woke, supposedly. I hate I hate that they bastardized woke, the term woke, and turned it into something that it's not. It's fucking annoying.
I do love that like conservatism revolves around this like inherent fear of change, and these guys have basically created this like weird propaganda where they're crying all the time. They're just constantly complaining about how progressive things have become and how triggered they are by what they perceive as like society changing. Anyway, let's continue with Tucker Carlson. Fox's war on the woke mind virus.
This is a virus. It's infectious. It destroys your brain. Almost every corner of our society is now sort of being infected with some of this wokeness. When woke infects something, it spreads its tentacles. We are seeing a woke ideology spread like a disease.
The wokeness is very potent.
Now we're going to get to Fox's war on the woke mind virus. So this is, I think that's more fun to cover than anything else. All right, let's do it.
Woke mindset virus. The wokeness, this is all we should be talking about. Californians are getting
One
woke.
down,
I'm in a woke city
four
here.
to go.
Small towns are under siege from left-wing wokeness as well. The woke sensibility has everybody on the run.
Woke celebrities are coming out in droves. Neil Young, so woke he actually canceled himself.
Colin Kaepernick, LeBron James, all of them are super woke.
Actor David Schwimmer is getting majorly woke.
Apparently caught the brain virus and went completely insane, became woke, and then became bloodthirsty. We're woke out of our minds, vomiting out every woke platitude.
Eating each other alive because people aren't woke enough.
The woke monster is here, and it's coming for everything.
Cinderella, they've given it a big woke makeover. Minnie Mouse going woke. She's going to be wearing a pantsuit. And James Bond gets a makeover from the woke left.
To make a woke little 007, men won't turn in. We are attracted to other masses. I mean, this is what you talk about if you don't have state propaganda be like the primary mode of information dissemination. You know what I mean? This is how do you look to this and go, wow, this is like, I mean, there's a specific purpose for this, okay? And by the way, for the record, for those of you who don't know, and this might come as a surprise to many, I differ from a lot of other Marxists and socialists because I do believe that the neoliberal methods of control are more permanent and ensure stability. It's true. People need coffee. People need coffee beans. You know what I mean? You just got to supply them with that. You got to supply people with the notion that they have freedom. Stability for whom? Stability for systems to exist. Yes, commodity consumption is better at satiation of a population than direct threats. Abso-fucking-lutely. If you want to convince someone, it's better to make it seem like they came up with that idea on their own than it is to tell them what to do. That is the neoliberal dad, communist dad, I guess, the argument. It is better to make people feel like they came up with the idea, and if your end goal is to try and get someone to do something, okay, then it is infinitely better and more sustainable to build a system around making people feel like they have freedom. What the fuck? What good is socialism if it does not give you jalapeno poppers? Is my take.
Figures and American Boy Scouts are the next to go woke. Professional sports have gone fully woke.
Major League Baseball
baseball did some woke virtue signaling.
I think the NFL wants to convey to us, listen, we're woke. We think a lot of our fans are racist.
The NBA is supposed to be this woke league. Should the average American be upset about this? Absolutely. The Olympics are getting off to a woke start.
But what's going on with the wokeification of NASCAR?
And who knew golf balls could be woke? Are we going from trick or treat to woke and weak?
The left is redefining Thanksgiving with a big old serving of wokeness.
The woke left will not stop, even on Christmas.
Not even a toy Nerf gun is acceptable according to this woke mom Santa.
Wokeism is like a religion, and that it is on a culture clash with Christianity.
They supported riots and worshipped wokeness. The woke mob is a cult.
The woke mob is never satisfied. They always want more scouts.
What's so scary about the woke mob? How often you just don't see them coming.
Woke vocabulary
2 down,
infecting
3
every
to go.
corner of our culture.
It's not French fries anymore, it's woke fries.
They've been woke with the emojis for a long time.
Miley, you're autocorrect. Now going woke.
We need to evolve and change our language in order to satisfy the woke warrior class. It's wokeism,
The hyper woke,
the ultra woke,
uber woke, the wokerati, the wokers,
the woke folk.
The woke-topians, those wokesters, wokeaholics, wokeristas, woke gone wild.
You know, wokey woke, woke is
Super wokeness. So what does this pushing for woke get for schools?
schools have been infected with an extremist woke ideology.
Woke story time.
the so-called woke math movement, reading, writing, and wokeism.
Woke school policies are literally getting our children raped.
We call it woke grooming.
You now have all these, woke kids coming out of high schools and colleges that have been taught to hate America.
The new, younger, woke generation that just thinks they should be able to attack and mock anybody.
This woke 18-year-old spotted her own mother in a viral video taken outside the January 6th riot. Her daughter then called her out in a tweet, a victim of the woke internet.
Woke
How fucked up? How fucked up is her daughter? What has America come to? That you can't even fucking go and do an insurrection without your bitch-ass daughter calling you out, dude. That's fucked up, man.
Employees, they've lost all touch with reality.
There are woke people behind the screen at Facebook.
These little woke snowflakes in San Francisco working at the Twitter headquarters.
I do love that, conservatism revolves around this, inherent fear of change. Where, you're this big tough guy, right? You present yourself as this, big tough guy, but then you're, also shitting your pants and pissing every time you think about, existence in big cities. And these guys have basically created this, weird propaganda where they're crying all the time. Literally, non-fucking stop. You're like, my daughter don't want to talk to me no more. That's 90% of their fucking propaganda. How is that anything different than, being a fucking snowflake, dude? You're pissing and shitting your pants because you saw, a rainbow-colored flag. You've lost your fucking mind. You are so insanely sensitive. In a weird way, instead of going in the other direction and being, extra fucking aggressively and overtly racist, right? They're just constantly fucking complaining about how progressive things have become over and over and over again, and how triggered they are by what they perceive as society changing.
Workers across the country have waged war on their bosses. So many big companies have become captive to their
3 down,
employees.
2 to
These
go.
Woke employees,
Woke corporations are caving to the left.
so-called woke companies.
Like Ben & Jerry's ice cream.
The woke companies, Apple, MasterCard, Walmart is going woke.
M&M's going woke.
Microsoft playing to the woke crowd. There's another brand name slurping from the woke trough. Mr. Potato Head.
And still ahead is Coke Too Woke.
They believe in cancel culture. They believe in woke everything. They don't seem to believe in capitalism.
Woke capitalism. That's the focus of tonight's angle.
BlackRock, it's one of the largest investment firms in the world. They've gone full woke. Wall Street going woke.
This woke investment strategy. Yeah, the left doesn't like fake woke rainbow capitalism either. It's just bullshit. It's nothing. It's meaningless. It's marketing. That's the difference between me and these motherfuckers. I understand it's marketing and I move on. I joke about it and I move on. These guys make it seem like it is genuinely changing society. It's like, no, it's not, man. Calm the fuck down. Like, when you say Amazon is doing woke leftist agenda, or, BlackRock has gone woke now, and they're actually leftists, you're a fucking idiot. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's going too far. These banks, it's a problem. They are super woke, and they're like 2 seconds away from freezing your checking account if you're a Republican. President Biden clear today.
Like, at this executive level, what bank has liberal woke people in charge?
A woke president. He's gone full wokeista. Biden's woke Washington. It's not gonna end well. Now we see the wokeification of the Department of Defense.
Biden's woke State Department. Now NASA has gone woke. It's scary when you hear the Federal Reserve go woke as well.
Meanwhile, the Biden DOJ is bringing a woke crusade to America's police departments.
It means a woke militia policing our cities, enforcing Democratic Party orthodoxy.
As all this is happening, the Pentagon is more concerned about being woke than about preparing to kill our enemies.
The West Point Military Academy is going woke.
The Secretary of Defense is forcing wokeness training on everybody on active duty.
Raytheon, biggest defense contractor, one of in the world, they're going woke. The people that are building missiles to kill our enemies are now woke.
And this slippery slope towards military wokedom continues year to year.
Conservatives are the
When
worst.
you're supposed to understand that this doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be this. This has to be the point where, like, some people gotta be like, all right, you lost me. Like, I get that Disney's gay. You know, this has always been gay. I get why they're woke, right? But when you start talking about the American military being woke, and that, like, Raytheon is now Gaytheon, it's like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? We're doing war crimes, but in a gay way. We need to stop it.
Continues. New tonight.
This crazed woke approach to everything. Woke politics. Woke diversity consultants. Woke prosecutors funded by George Soros.
Woke critics on Rotten Tomatoes.
Woke lady superheroes.
Woke immigration activists.
Woke mayors. Woke anti-Semitism.
Woke movie remakes.
Woke library displays.
Woke bail reforms.
Woke time capsules.
Woke protesters. Woke nonprofits.
Woke economics. Woke media.
Woke generals.
4 down, 5 to go.
Woke comedy. Woke, etc. Woke journalists. Woke scientists.
Woke millionaires, woke billionaires, woke HR department.
Woke CEOs.
Woke Oscars.
Woke newsrooms.
Woke publishers.
Woke Hollywood.
Woke music, woke dating.
They're all extreme. They all have been infected by the woke virus.
How do you know you're woke if everyone's woke?
For those unfamiliar with the expression,
Brilliant.
the Urban Dictionary defines woke as being aware and knowing what's going on in the...
I've got mad street cred now. Faux shizzle. That's cool.
community.
Woke was originally supposed to be just being aware of social issues, social justice issues.
I admire it now. Now I think I'm going to be pro-woke.
America is waking up. Perhaps we are even woke.
I think you're woke.
You and I are both
Yeah,
woke.
I think you're woke.
Woke, woke, woke.
Uh-oh. The woke mind virus is won.
We gotta be woke. The woke movement could be the next great U.S. export.
You know, we've gone totally woke here. That's all I can say.
I'm learning from my millennial woke peers.
That's exactly right.
And what you just said to me on camera, that is systemic racism.
What's the woke response to you? Because you're politically correct. Woke means I think I'm almost coming out of a woke
Pendulum is swinging the other way.
Wokeness parades and gets into all of these systems in a very weird way.
Woke destroys the internal organs, suffering from an incurable brain disease called wokeness.
It's woke mind virus.
Woke cancer,
Rapid onset woke dementia.
You are so woke that your brain just falls out of your head.
If masks protected you from woke mind virus, would you wear a mask?
the problem is woke.
Woke re-education camp.
A joyless woke dystopia ruled by grim martinets like Kamala Harris. Wokeness will destroy this country.
I think the woke
If it wasn't for the woke, we would have no content. Woke people, stick around.
No, it's not. I don't think it's Big Burger who made this.
Alright, time for the last set. For my ender after this, I'm going to do 5 snatches on each arm to end it. That's a little bit of extra, and then I'm going to go to bed.
This part of this conversation is over, okay? So we listened to Boring, Mr. Boring, and now it's time to hear Steven Crowder's fresh off the presses new response to Mr. Boring's content.
They don't get deals that
Be white slaves for a little bit. Come over and make a salary or other brand. Be white slaves for a little bit. Be white.
He's trying to be like, this is an own because I was just responding because like you said wage slave and I'm just like using your terminology or something.
God bless the talk boy. Those things are worth like $5,000 now. It's an expensive gag. So didn't want to have to do this, but
It doesn't seem like he didn't want to. It seems like he wanted to do this.
Daily Wire outed themselves very, very quickly. And sure enough, if you see all the people who work there,
This is
some
so
of them I
fun.
have relationships with, they immediately tried to make this all about money. There are a few problems. And I'll go through with some receipts. Everything that was said about negotiations, how they transpired, beyond the numerical.
Here's one thing I have to admit, okay, from a Marxist
All
perspective,
done.
technically it is wage slavery. If you are working in a fucking company and you're generating value and they're exploiting you and they are literally taking more from the value that you're generating and paying you a salary, you're still a salaried employee. You're still a laborer. So understand that at a fundamental level. However, there is no way that Steven Crowder is generating $30 million worth of revenue for the Daily Wire or for any outlet. So that's the problem. That's the insanity for me. If he's out here being like, oh my God, thank you so much for the $12.5 million a year that you're giving me, I'd be like, that's wild. That's an insane amount of fucking money
All
that
right.
you got. You're basically
Time
running
for the
away.
ender.
Are cops laborers, wage laborers, and they work for capital? That's actually a great question. That's why Marxists say that cops are class traders, because from a fundamental class position, police are technically supposed to be alongside the working class. But they are the protective arm of capital, and therefore everyone considers them, at least in Marxist circles, to be class traders. They are working for the bourgeois class, the capital owners. Yeah, they also got fake-ass unions that are so powerful, I hate it. Okay, let's
Value, which is true, and I'll get to. Everything else is untrue. I don't really want to get into that. It's completely irrelevant. Here's why. Go back to the 20-something minute video, 30-minute video.
All right. Good night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.
Never heard me say or write anywhere online that these